Hey, what's up guys, Diplex here again. I hope everyone's had a good day so far. Welcome back to Combat Mission. The game we're playing today is Shock Force 2. Now, Combat Mission is a game series, but all the different editions, they feel the same, they work the same, they just taste a little bit different. We've played Battle for Normandy, we've played Black Sea. When it comes to modern day combat, I think I'll prefer Shock Force 2 over Black Sea, because this setting, this game with all the nationalities, all the armies and factions available, allows you to really create conflicts or recreate battles from conflicts beyond the actual setting of the game. Now, this game is set in a fictional Syria, 2008. NATO has invaded, so you've got British, American, German, Canadian, and Dutch forces on the battlegrounds here in Syria against the Syrian army and an unconventional force. Like, here's the interesting bit, right? The unconventional force could be either like FSA style rebels, perhaps even IS if you want to go that far. They could also be like loyal to the Syrian government, so acting as sort of like a militia, like rebels fighting the NATO invasion. You can really kind of make them whatever you want to recreate, which I think is really cool. So this game shouldn't limit you to feel that you're like in Syria in the years 2008 and, you know, you're doing that thing. If you want to go to Iraq and recreate the Iraq war, or if you want to perhaps even go further and go to the 2011 Syrian civil war, you can do that too, because you can pit these rebels up against the Syrian army and they would then function, as I said previously, sort of like the FSA or IS. So yeah, really cool, super excited to be back here in Black Sea, Shock Force 2. Now, there is an original Shock Force, which I presume is pretty much the same game with the same setting, but Shock Force 2 brings new life into that game by updating the engine and sort of, taking the old game to the present time. So I'm super excited. In this video, we're going to be in control of the... Oh, and before I get into the actual content of the battle we're about to enjoy, thank you to John and everyone over at Battlefront.com for making the best strategy games out there. If you're a big fan of military history and tactics, I mean, there's nothing better. And also, thank you for gifting me the game. Thank you so much. I wouldn't mind, if you're watching this, I would love to play Red Thunder. I mean, I'm imagining having Soviet T-34s rushing across the open with lots of mounted infantry on them. I mean, that just sounds so cool. But anyway, what we're doing today is we're in charge of the U.S. Marine Corps. This is going to be sort of like an Iraq scenario. We're going to go up against the Syrian army in this case, but at a distance, and obviously looking at uniforms and equipment and whatnot, they don't differ from what the Iraqi army would use during the 2003-2004 battles in Iraq against the NATO forces. So, yeah. Anyway, having said that, here is a Marine Expeditionary Force battalion. It is not a fully fledged battalion, but it has all the components of that battalion. It's just reduced in numbers so that I could fit it on this map. It's not a huge map, but let's go through what we have here. And what I think, I'm no expert, what I think a Marine Expeditionary Battalion has in comparison to a regular Marine Infantry Battalion is that an Expeditionary Battalion has all the different components to be able to act more independently. They also have their own tank platoon. They also have their light reconnaissance platoon and a bunch of other assets that just make it more independent, okay? So we're going to go through the things here. This is not how I'm going to start the battle, but we have a few things here I want to look through. So in this somewhat scaled down Marine Expeditionary Force Battalion, we have a tank platoon with 4 M1 A1 HC Abrams. We have a light armored recon platoon with LAV 25s, 6 of them, and 2 are ATGM vehicles. So they have been converted with more of an AT capability. These guys fire 152 millimeter TOW 2 missiles. So 2 of those. So this bunch of LAVs here are going to be quite powerful, actually, considering their armament and mobility and whatnot. So that's really nice to have. We also have in this battalion a recon platoon that they stand directly under battalion headquarters, I think. Yes, they do. They don't answer to A company or anyone else. They answer directly to the battalion headquarters. We also have a scout sniper platoon. These guys have squads of 6 men with various rifles in them. We have the M82A3 as well as the MK11. I even think I saw an M40A3 here, and there's more Barretts as well. Barrett 50 cal, that's what I'm going to call it. We also have the A company, of course. They're responsible for all the sort of the backbone of the infantry of this battalion. Now there would be 3 companies, A, B, and C, I think, and then there would also be a weapons company that I don't think we have right now, as well as perhaps a few other things. So it's once again, it's scaled down to fit the map. I wouldn't be able to fill this deployment zone properly if we had all companies present, but all different represents of the various branches are here, so don't worry, we're not really missing out on anything. We also have 2 mortar sections, actually indeed 3 mortar sections, light mortars, so we have a shit ton of mortars, if I'm going to be quite frank. These are 60 millimeter mortars, and they're quite light, as you can tell. We have some heavier mortars further right. But that's pretty much for A company HQ. We have a captain in charge. He answers directly to battalion HQ as well, and he's got a few teams with observers, and he's got a few AT teams with javelins. So we're going to see some javelins today. That's pretty awesome. We have engineer platoon as well. Answers directly to battalion headquarters. These guys have demo charges and whatnot, so that they might come in handy. Some pretty good numbers of soldiers here in each squad, but it doesn't actually come close to what the infantry platoons have when it comes to numbers. These guys are, I mean, there's a lot of troops there's a lot of boots on the ground here, to be frank. We have 3 platoons, part of A company, of course, and each platoon has 3 squads, 2 MG teams, A team and B team, and then a 5th squad, which I think is more of an AT team. Yes. So these guys consist of, I think, we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 soldiers, 13 men per squad, which is a lot. And you can split these up into smaller teams, and then you can combine them again. So we might have to do that when we want to get more mobile and whatnot. So that's a lot of infantry. So each platoon is well over 40 men. So that's very nice. Okay, coming here to the right side, we have the more medium mortars. These are 81 millimeter mortars. We have a total of 8 divided into 2 sections, first section and second section. They answer to weapons company. So weapons company is indeed present. I figured. I was wondering. I just didn't think that the A company HQ here would have so many mortars to them. These are actually part of C company. C company, 1st Expeditionary Force. But I'm not sure if I can find C company here. I don't think we have C company present, but they would be under that. That's why we have so many different sections. That's C company mortars. This here is A company mortars, and this is B company mortars. But B company isn't present. Do you see the X there? They're not here. So C company might be lurking somewhere. I just haven't found them yet. Could they be? Could C company perhaps be some of the guys here in vehicles? Is there? No, this is recon platoon, and I don't see any other. That's recon platoon HQ and whatnot. So no, I don't know where C company HQ is. Maybe we'll find C company HQ in one of the vehicles. Who knows? I'm not sure. But this here is the Lieutenant Colonel in charge, Lieutenant Colonel Thorne, 1st Expeditionary Unit, in this case a battalion. So here he is. This is, that's awesome, man. Look at that. Lieutenant Colonel. Lieutenant. Okay, I'm going to get geeky very soon. And I'm sure I've got a bunch of ex-Marines or current Marines watching. So, tune in with more knowledge. I'd like to know more. This is great. We're gonna get to the action soon. I've been talking for long, but this is how it goes when you make these vehicles. vehicles. I'm sitting here looking at vehicles and I'm thinking vehicles when you make these videos. Combat mission isn't a fast game. It gets very intense, but it's not meant to be rushed over. So I love taking my time with this. It's like reading a history book. So yeah, that is the boss man, as you can tell. And just I love how you can click the different HQs and see who they belong to and whatnot, and you know. And you see the rank, the hierarchy down here at the bottom left. You see who they belong to. This is first squad, part of first section, mortar platoon, weapons company, first expeditionary. So that's so awesome. We're gonna be raining frickin' hell on the enemy today. We also have at our disposal not only the on-map artillery, but also howitzers, the M777, or I'm not sure how you what you call them. And we also have another. We have some air support as well. 2 F-18Ds. And then 2 Cobras for more ground support or close air support. It's CAS. Okay, guys, let's start the battle. We're up against I think a guards tank company, airborne infantry. They're called airborne infantry, but they're not very airborne. I'm not sure if it's meant to give them a more of an elite sound. You know, like hey, that sounds pretty gnarly. I don't know how the Syrians have done it, but it sounds more intimidating to be up against airborne infantry than just regular infantry. There might even be some militia. I don't remember, and that's great, because it's meant to be a little like that. Okay, let's get the Abrams going here. Abrams tanks. The M1A1s. We're going to space them out a little bit. They're going to kind of like be on the prole here on the left side. I'm gonna be calling in air support and artillery to start this battle off. I mean, I don't see a reason not to. So that's gonna be really fun. Recon platoon, you guys are gonna be doing some spotting. I might even get my snipers up. I wonder where I can start actually getting a good look at the. Okay, Colonel. Do you have any fire control? I think fire control is kind of what we're looking for here. You just move aside. Okay. Now, this is great because there's so many different like shortcuts that you can use here using the keyboard. So I'm gonna be doing that more once we get into the action. So they're defending the city. I've disabled the objectives, but we can look at them quickly. Yes. So, South Road, Village, and the bridge. There's a bridge further back. I think we might have to cross West Road. That's the center objectives are more important. All right, guys, let's get these guys out. Pinkerton, Captain Pinkerton, and his second team, 4 observers. With the laser designator, that is going to give us some accurate vision of the target area, and of course not only vision, more so the accuracy, the what do you call it, like correct coordinates, I suppose, for artillery and CAS. Oh yes, we're gonna occupy this building. Ooh, there's some. Okay, I wonder if they're gonna open up at Pinkerton. So here's a main battle tank with some nice added I can't remember what it's called, but it's sort of like an armor. Oh, wow, they're like parked up nicely behind that wall. Wow, that's cool. Well, that's a great target. They're not opening up at our infantry here because they probably can't spot them, but we see them. They're quite a lot easier to spot. Let's save our mortars for a while. Let's start with the howitzers. We're going to just do what we do best, and we're just going to level the town, I suppose. We'll go for a 290-meter... circle in terms of diameter. Kind of want to go a little above that. I think we'll try and maybe we should start with the fighter bombers here, the attack helicopters. Yeah, let's start with the air support, and then we'll get the howitzers going. We'll target. I want to get a slightly better target zone. I don't want to waste this. There's going to be a lot of air support at once here. It's going to be like broken arrow. We'll do 458 meters in diameter. That should cover the whole area we're looking at. Heavy. We'll do immediate confirm.
We got fast air coming in.
Ooh, yes. Sorry, it's like I'm gonna be a kid here. Christmas morning, you know. I can't wait. So we'll hear shit go off pretty soon. Do excuse my language. We don't... I mean, since we're attacking, we're going to be at a slight disadvantage. I mean, the enemy is probably going to spot us first. So we want to, you know, try and remember that. I'm just going to have a look at the terrain so I know that I'm not sending my men into danger. There's a slight... I think we'll be on the safe side. There's sort of like a hill here. Perfect. So we're kind of in cover. Let's move up the sniper platoon as well. Hoorah, Marines. Yeah. So these guys aren't using the in terms... Ooh, we're hearing some radio comms now. Ooh, I can't. I mean, this is too great. Okay, let's get, this Lieutenant Colonel is going to be a badass. So he's going to ride around, you know. He's going to be in the heat of action. I want to see that battlefield, son. Okay, it's going to sound like, what's his name? Kilroy? I should remember. You know who I'm talking about, though. Apocalypse Now. The movement system is also quite fantastic. The way you can issue, you know, symmetrical orders and uniform orders and whatnot. It's just great. You can I can even put them on. No, oh, I aborted it. But yeah, point is, well, there's just such a great like flexibility in terms of controls and commands and everything you can issue here. We also have some infantry back here. Oh, yes. Look at these guys. You know, I'm also looking forward to play, like, maybe make a Syrian civil war. I mean, that sounds... it's probably... Since it's very ongoing and very, very tragic, all wars are very tragic, but time doesn't heal everything, but it definitely... Ooh, I hear that Cobra coming in, though. We should hear the F-18s soon as well. Now, you don't actually see the air support on screen, but you hear them, and you'll see the impacts of the things you've called in. So I think it's nice just hearing it. I don't have to see it. Ooh. F-18's coming in as well. All right, Lieutenant. Was that flares? I mean, okay, so they're preparing still. They're flying over. They're getting their targets sighted. We're gonna get the Lieutenant Colonel up here on the roof as well. Hopefully, he won't set off a massive tank barrage. Okay, they're engaging from the northeast. Oh, there's an air alarm in the city. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, welcome, sir. He's got the best spot in the building, or on the battlefield now to view this. Oh, oh, look at that Cobra. General, immediate.
We need some indirect.
Cobra engaging targets they can find. That's awesome. So, Syrian infantry, or I suppose in our more historical scenario, Iraqi infantry just ducking for cover. The Lieutenant Colonel now ordering in howitzers as well, and then we're going to get the mortars rolling. I don't want to miss any of the awesome fireworks here. I think we might see some pretty sick impacts. Pretty sick impacts from the F-18s. I think they'll target the tanks more specifically.
This is Serpent 5. Confirmed. Brace for it.
Oh man. The might and power of the U.S. Marine Corps. Alright, so we have some targeting. It doesn't look like the enemy, the Op-4 in this case, have any, like, Tunguska, you know, AA or any Shilkas or anything like that. So, otherwise they would, of course, engage our air and either render them ineffective or destroy them completely. But so far the Cobras are just targeting freely here. This is awesome. For those of you who are wondering, I'm a big fan of mods. Sometimes I feel like people who have the time to spend all their time and focus on, like, getting cool sounds isn't necessarily something negative. So that's why I'm a big supporter of mods. So, ooh, that's the F-18 right there, babe. Holy shit. All right, scouts, set up. Nice. Okay, we can see some smoke coming up now. We've totally leveled. Wow. Okay, so there's big craters now with tanks in them. One remains. All right, we're gonna be ready to move up soon with the infantry and whatnot. I'm taking my sweet time here. We're gonna aim for a very low number of casualties, of course. Friendly casualties, that is. A company, you're doing just fine. Sit tight, sit tight. Recon platoon, do you have eyes? I think it's maybe time to start bringing in the mortars now. There's a lot of them. I mean, I shit you not. No line of sight here. We'll crawl up slowly here to stay away. Or stay out of sight. That Cobra's still going for it. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Love all the sounds. But once again, I am using a modded, a small sound, or a pretty big one, but it's like a sound pack. With the radio chatter you're hearing, that's something usually added using mods. So I love it. That's modern warfare. I mean, it works. All right. Okay, engineer platoon, we're not going to need you now. Let's get first platoon ready to advance. Let's get into formation, guys. Let's get machine guns on the flanks. Let's get the javelin up in the center. We're still pounding the area. Are we going to get howitzers firing as well? I think they're going to start now. We've got the different fire control teams now doing what they're doing. We're not done yet. Oh, damn. I wonder if there will be anything left of the enemy once our just air support is done. But there's probably lots of infantry hiding in the buildings and whatnot, and I want it to be as realistic as possible. When you got the firepower, when you got the dollars, you're gonna spend them. Okay, we're not in a good position just yet to call in the mortars, but all the other fire support leaders are doing their thing right now, and I'd say it's working pretty good. All right, let's take it slow, guys.
Incoming! Hit the deck!
Now I think the howitzers are going to start dropping. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, howitzers. All right, armored. Okay, they're gonna kind of come in on the left side of this slight hill. We'll leave the 2 ATGM vehicles on the high ground. We're just leveling buildings now. We're softening them up quite severely, and I might be louder now than I was like 10 minutes ago. It's just so many sounds just blasting through my earphones or headphones right now. We have one more Cobra available. That's good to know. That might not be available soon though, because I think it'll have used all of its ammunition. Kind of poor line of sight here. I mean, I don't think there's going to be a lot of infantry out in the open. I think that would be very moronic. So we get our recon platoon up a little bit further. Captain Robbins and his team are going to call in all the on-map artillery. Another air raid alarm, or whatever you want to call it, sounding in the village. Or the city. Kind of want to target the left side a little bit more. We're going to aim for personnel, but there's buildings. There might be vehicles too. We'll do general. Alright, now he's coordinating with all the mortar teams here. So they're receiving coordinates now. This is going to be brutal once all these mortars on map are going to start opening up. Is that second Cobra coming in again? Holy cow. There's nothing's going to be left of the enemy, but hey, we're doing it the real way. Hey, are they targeting us? I think they might be. We should be okay when it comes to mortars, but we'll find out. Okay, we're sending up the armored elements now. Armored elements rolling up. Oh, we've got contact. Infantry in the forest. Holy shit. We're hit. Okay, pause. Smoke. We're hit. That could have been a rocket, a handheld rocket. We're not sure. Got any wounded? Driver's wounded. Okay. Shit just definitely got a little more serious now. Our mortars, by the way, are firing. I think they're firing their primary... they're firing their first set of shells just to then probably correct the fire using the spotter. The spotter will then correct. He'll say, you know, add 50 or, you know, left, right. However they do it. I'm not a mortar specialist. Karmacut would know. He's good with mortars. But yeah, they're gonna start opening up now. Coming around here as well, so the air support is not over yet. We'll keep the infantry mounted. So far, I think they're safer mounted than dismounted, but we'll find out. Okay, let's start bringing up some machine gunners. We'll get the weapons deployed and ready for some support. Damn, now there's a lot of mortar support. We're just turning that city to nothing. Fire! Holy shit. I would not want to be up for it right now. I don't know if we took fire from armor, enemy armor, or if that was handheld. Wow. So they've cleverly put infantry up on the high ground back here. That's what our spotters tell us. Yeah, that's an RPG soldier. We're gonna want to bring up our snipers now, start picking some off. Alright, boys. Let's get it. Lieutenant Colonel, I mean, let's, you're doing fine there. We'll keep you up. Scout, Sniper, Platoon, HQ, get on that roof. We're gonna have that roof crowded with infantry. It's gonna be a whole... It's gonna be a festival up there. Okay, smoke's gonna start to clear. We're gonna be a little more vulnerable now, but let's get our infantry dismounted as well. Oh, we're taking shots. Scout squad pinned. More snipers moving up. Wow. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Alright, 3rd platoon, I'm going to have you guys advance on the right side. Actually, I think we might mount up. I don't see the problem in using these vehicles here. We're just going to have to split, the teams here in order to be able to use them properly. Otherwise, we wouldn't fit. Wow, they can really have that many men in it? Or, yeah, we'll find out. There we go. Let's go, go, go. I think we'll get the whole 3rd platoon into these vehicles, and then we'll rush them into the nearest buildings. I think that's how it's gonna have to be done. Look at our snipers up here on the rooftop. Isn't it beautiful to have all these like commanders up here and everything? Mortars are still raining down hell, but we have a lot of infantry up on the other side of that bridge. We're gonna probably have to go in for second rounds pretty soon. This one's immobilized. That's unfortunate. I don't think any engineers can help right now, but yeah, good to know, good to know. I hate advancing in the open, but I just don't see much of another choice here. I think we're just gonna have to kind of bite the bullet. If it comes flying, we're gonna have to do it. We got a lot of support. We got spotters, we got snipers, we got tanks there rolling up front. We're gonna get the ATGMs up on the high ground now. They'll pick out any remaining enemy tanks, and they'll probably turn them to nothing. Unless we get spotted first, but high hopes, guys. Okay, we got confirmed enemies in the building. They're taking a load of fire right now as well. Oh, javelin away! Could have hit something else I didn't see, but yeah, that was nice. Alright guys, it's time for the infantry to do their part pretty soon. Okay, we're mounted up here. Yeah, looking pretty good. We got a few seats available. I'm not sure who's going to be riding with who right now. It's a little messy, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. Yeah, they can fit in there. And then we have our MG teams. You know, they can get their own separate cars here, along with the Javelin squad. Cool. Alright, so that's 3rd platoon all mounted up soon. Nice. See, I've got reserves. We got 1st. I mean, we got engineer platoon. We got 2nd platoon as reserves. We don't need that much infantry. Okay. There's a lot of enemy infantry markers up there. Kind of worrisome, but we are putting our snipers to use. We're gonna start crawling up now with the different squads here. You know, start gaining some ground. I think we've eliminated the tank, the enemy tank, guards tank platoon. Armor fine? Good. Infantry as well. Alright, perfect. Let's mount back up and let's take that first objective to the north. Alright. Maybe engineers can do something about that immobilized tank. We'll find out. Alright, let's go, let's go, let's go. Wow. Talk about getting straight into the heat of things here. So much action right away. I mean, that's crazy, man. Okay, the western side, the western approach is pretty good so far. Okay, I'm not sure how we're going to... See, do I have anything left to do? Yeah. I'm going to target the... Now I need to target infantry back there by the bridge. Do we have more artillery to call in? We sure do. We're going to keep the mortars flowing. Non-stop. Non-stop. We could direct them to, you know, different... We'll cram everything into one here. And we're going to target... We're going to set up a... Oh, damn it. We'll do a linear target. And we'll cover a pretty good area where we know enemies are at. we're gonna do from here to there. Heavy, maximum personnel. So that's gonna cover that side nicely. Commander, why don't you call in one more Cobra there. That should cover it. Send it. Right, now let's get 3rd Platoon on the road. Actually, we'll probably advance open ground. Maybe we'll get to the craters. This is gonna be very daring. Maybe comparable to suicidal, but there's always that human aspect, and that aspect of being Diplex with no real tactical education or experience in any real practical sense. But you know, I dare say we can start advancing. I'm not that worried about enemy small arms at this range, actually. If they're all on the opposite side of that bridge, that fire is going to be pretty inaccurate. I know we're in the dead center or dead open here, but whoa, we're taking fire. We got casualties. Whoa. Mortars? All right, Lieutenant Colonel, you good? You good? Okay. I don't know what that was. Some like airburst rounds, but we gotta move. We gotta move now. We can't sit still here. So I'm ordering my guys to assault forward. How's recon doing? You guys are still up here? Good. We got wounded. So there will be purple hearts. I just need... No. I get it. I just need you moving up. There we go. The rest can stay. Snipers are active. Snipers are very active. They got a good view and good... They're well situated up here. They're going to be working as much as they can on their job. The LAVs and... Oh, man. A little bit worried about rockets, like RPGs and stuff, but we should be pretty fine. All right, moving up. These guys will recon platoon. All the infantry, all the dismounted teams will hold here. They will just hold this point. We'll set up small grouping area there. Wow, we've definitely just leveled buildings completely. If there's infantry near them, they're just... They're getting off the rooftops. Seems like a pretty sensible thing to do. We're putting so much fire on them, they can't even return fire. We got first squad, first platoon moving down right now. Yeah, there's some kind of like defilade here, so they're in some kind of cover. Good to know, good to know. All right, boys. Wow, this is gonna be cool. This is gonna be something, that's for sure. We're going to be ready to dismount as well. The drivers will probably remain inside the vehicle. Alright, so far so good. Tanks are all operational. LAVs are all fine. I haven't seen them take any fire. They're just, like, there's just not a second when they're not looking for targets and firing. It's just quite insane, actually. Lots of hostiles in the area, though. Alright, so the first squad is starting to get here to the first building by the road, which is no longer a building. It used to be a building. Now there's the basis of one. A lot of dead soldiers in it, and a crater behind it, where there probably is a tank that we haven't spotted yet. But that's good. First platoon. So that X there doesn't mean it's not on the map. It just means it's like too far away from its command range. So, yeah, let's get Platoon HQ up. I don't know why we've been waiting for them for so long here. Is that too much to run? Yeah, I think moving there in their own time is probably enough. We've taken a few casualties here. I think we're gonna need a corpsman or a medic or something. Maybe I think Platoon HQ can tend to them first. Let's go. Snipers doing good. Second team, part of who now again? Oh yeah, that's with command scout sniper platoon HQ. Let's see if they can treat the wounded here. Maybe even the first team operations team here can move up and see if they can help. I didn't pay attention to it. I'm sorry. Let's see if we can save these guys. One's dead. Look, he's picked up the machine gun, though. The M240. Alright. Okay, we got people there now. So if they can treat them, they will treat them. Do we have any, like, medics here in particular? It doesn't look like we have any specific medics. I think that's not a direct role in this game. They all have the basic knowledge to treat. So they treat. Okay, let's start off small scale. Now that we got first squad up there supporting, we got javelins moving up as well. Second squad's on their way. First squad will remain there. Third squad, they're on their way as well. We'll move them up. See, they can kind of like casually walk. They have so much fire support. Enemy infantry isn't even like peeking. They're all running for cover. But I think the final. Oh, they're retreating from the field now. No, they're actually setting up behind the wall here. They seem very disorganized, and our LAV-25s have spotted them. So that's not going to make life any better. Whoa, we're taking fire. Yeah, that's why I only sent up 2 vehicles first. It's a daring move. But it'll get us... Oh, crap. We're taking fire. Get out, get out, get out. It's weird how there's such a difference. Like, there's infantry behind that building. Now they're exposing themselves. I think they're scared. I think they're actually retreating. Get out! Alright, boys. Run for cover. Let's go, 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 go. So yeah, there's a slight... You can see there's a curve here. There's like a defilade behind it. So there's some like natural cover. Now we're going to start getting up close and personal with the enemy infantry in the field. Now that's going to be nasty. So when it's toe-to-toe, we're not going to have all that fire support come in handy. Yeah, now we're going to have to start trusting our very own hands here. Got any targets? No? Okay, well, if you see him, engage him. That's all I got to say. Okay, we're down here in cover. Nice. A lot of rubble here, not much left of the wall. These guys are kind of just like still casually moving up. We need to take that building. We'll put first squad on it. We'll assault it. After all, now we do have another gun run. All right. After all, we do have a lot of infantry up here now to cover. So first squad have rested for a minute. I don't think rested is the right word though, but they're on it. Let's get to that side of the wall. Yeah, we got contact. Lots of infantry out in the open. We even have some still running by the field, or on the field. Get down. Cobra's coming in as well. Nice. I do want my machine guns to set up. Where's a good spot? This is a perfect spot. I don't mind having my javelin up there either. Can't hurt. Now let's send the rest. 3rd platoon up so they can all dismount and form their squads back up again. Oh, we got casualties now. Shit. 2. 2 too many. Let's get smoke out. Oh, wow. Well, I think they probably gave up. Look at the amount of infantry here. There's so many snipers. It's 3rd platoon HQ, 1st platoon. Airborne engineers. Yeah, wow. Look, they're all just... They're massacred. Like, holy... Like, they've got cover here, but mortars and, you know, air support has gotten to them. There's just casualties absolutely everywhere. One thing, though, that I want to focus on is to see if... Did we help these guys? Yeah, I think... No, the other 2 couldn't be saved. Or could they? I'm not... Can't make that out, but... cool. Great. Well, we saw the end screen there. We'll probably see it again. 6 casualties, I think, we had. And we killed, over 180 men or something like that? Sounds like a pretty crazy number. So I think we did pretty good. Now, their armor was taken out quite early with the help of our air support, but that's just life. Not the most fair, but I think I aimed for more of a historically correct, more of a realistic, you know, kind of like, hey, here's the U.S. Marines, we're going to kind of run you over kind of deal, which I suppose that war was against the governmental forces. Now, if we're going to get into more urban combat against unconventional forces, that would be a whole different thing, I think. I think it would turn out to look very different. Now, once again, these guys are Syrian, but I think they worked pretty okay to just kind of play the role of the Iraq army here. One thing I wanted to point out as well is that the uniforms of the U.S. Marines here are too modern. They wouldn't have this camouflage. I think this was introduced in like, what, 2011 or I'm not sure, 2008, who knows? No, yeah, probably 2008 since this game is set in 2008. Could have been 2006, it could have, I don't know, but it wasn't what the Marines used primarily in 2003 or during the Iraq War, as far as I'm concerned. Yes. Guys, thank you so much for watching this first video. Thank you to Battlefront.com for sending me the game. And, it's been a long one, and I'm enjoying this. Quick look again here. 7 men wounded, 6 men killed. We killed 180. We wounded 90, and 83 are just, like, surrendered, you know what I mean? So that's how it looks. They did surrender, indeed. That's awesome. So we won with casualties, perhaps. Anyway, let's go ahead and end. Let's click quick battle again and have a look at some of the factions. We got British Army, Canadian Army, German Army, Dutch Army, US Marines as well, so there's a difference there. We got the Syrian Army and then unconventional forces. We could do Syrian Army versus unconventional. We could do, we could even do British versus Canadian, which is so weird and would totally be super awkward. Especially, like, why would they be fighting in the desert? But it's cool that you can. So... Oh, we got mountains, too. No, we're good. Okay. Oh, my God, I started sweating because that means I would have lost everything, but my game tabbed out. Oh, my God. Whoa, instant hand sweat. But yeah, mountains and stuff, so I think that would take us to Afghanistan, perhaps. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon again. Leave suggestions to what you want to see in the comment section below, and I'll try and fulfill it. Ciao.